My name is Adama Morrison, and this presentation is on changes in GDP and development indicators throughout the world. This assignment was for class Data 620, Section 9041, Summer 2017. My professor's name is Majid El-Gandor at University of Maryland, University College. The purpose of this analysis was to examine how GDP and world development indicators are related. I looked at data from the last 50 years to predict GDP and other development indicators for the United States, Nigeria, India, and Japan. From 1967 until now, GDP has increased steadily throughout the world. There was a notable dip in worldwide GDP in 2009 during the Great Recession. Removing the information for the world allows us to focus on changes in GDP for each individual country. The United States has shown the most growth and currently has the largest GDP of the 4 countries that I looked at. The second highest GDP belongs to Japan, which shows a rockier pattern of growth with cyclical ups and downs. I used a linear trend line to forecast GDP. In 2024, the U.S. GDP is estimated with 95% confidence to be between $20 and $25 trillion. I am confident in this prediction because the amount of growth seems consistent with the pattern over the last 50 years. This animation shows the relationship between GDP and birth rates over time. The world is in green. You can see that the general trend has been that birth rates have fallen as GDP has increased. India had the largest drop in birth rate. The birth rate for Nigeria has also dropped, but remains the highest out of the 4 countries. The country with the lowest birth rate is Japan. Tableau forecasted that the world's population will increase to over 8 billion people by the year 2024. How is this possible, given the historical trend of decreasing birth rates? The answer is that life expectancy is increasing. Using the world as an average, we can see that life expectancy is higher in Japan and the United States, and lower than average in India and Nigeria. By 2024, India's life expectancy will have caught up with the world's life expectancy. I am confident in this prediction because life expectancy seems to be linked with GDP, and India's GDP is steadily increasing. Improvements in life quality should follow. For this next graph, I looked at how GDP is linked with social progress, specifically with the country's ability to meet basic human needs. The size of each country's circle is proportional to their GDP, so the wealthier countries have larger circles. Even though Japan has a smaller GDP than the United States, they have a higher ability to meet basic human needs. Nigeria has the smallest GDP and is located at the bottom of the graph. It is reasonable to conclude that people have longer life expectancies in high GDP countries because they are better at meeting basic human needs. This next graph shows some of the ways that high GDP countries meet basic human needs. In a country like the United States, there are a low number of deaths from infectious diseases, and this can be attributed to access to clean water, sanitation, and electricity. Data on GDP, birth rate, population, and life expectancy was taken from the World Bank Open Data. The Social Progress Index provided information about basic human needs.